Hi there, welcome to Office Rookie. Today we're learning Excel by logging my miserable dating failures. To start learning anything, always start with a blank slate. If you're a first timer to the interface, don't worry. Consider Excel as two things:
a book of sheets
and
a toolbox.
Let's ignore the toolbox for now. For this ebook of sheets, you can add new sheets, reorder them, delete them, give them very meaningful names. You can even color code them. Even if you're not colorblind, you can always be blind, so you could go to the bottom right corner and zoom into the content. And if you're obsessed with getting the numbers right, you can hate the scroll bar. So a spreadsheet is basically a grid canvas, cells arranged in rows and columns. To move around the cells, Enter takes you down, Shift Enter takes you up, Tab to the right, Shift Tab to the left. Shift key helps you move to the opposite direction, but if you could afford a normal keyboard, just use the arrow keys. When you're on a cell, anything you type would be written into it. Tab, keep writing. Tap right, tap right, tap right, right. If you move back to a previous cell and start typing again, you're overwriting the existing cell content. Wait a minute, if you made a mistake, like we all do, Ctrl Z will help you undo it. Now wait a minute, if you want to undo the undo, Ctrl Y will help you redo. Or if you want to undo the redo, just Ctrl Z again. But to be honest, most of the time, we're not trying to overwrite the entire thing. We just want to fix that tiny part that went wrong. Now very average people would grab their mouse, go up to the formula bar and edit the cell content there, which is fine, but we are different. Press the F2 to directly edit the cell content without going through our mouse. And within the cell, we can undo and redo the undo and whatever. Once you know you're done, press Ctrl with Enter to seal the content of the cell. You don't have to move on. With a header done, we are ready for some very serious business. And if people walk, we fly. Press Ctrl key while using the arrow to jump to the start of the range. Enter.
Keep entering.
Enter.
Keep entering.
Enter.
Enter harder.
If you're a very miserable being with a very long list, it's very hard to get back up. Hold your Control and jump back up. To be above everyone else, we yoga here. Control right, Control left, Control down, Control up. You're doing great. We don't have enough space. We don't see as clearly. Go to the cleavage between the two columns. Hold that cleavage. Drag. That's how you get space. If you want a tight fit, double click it. If you want a snuggly fit for everyone, highlight all of them before you do that. What about the dates? Americans to American and the English is to English. But don't worry, Bill Gates Global. Do year, month, day. Excel will understand you. Control semicolon will give you today's date. Having a better look at our records often make us realize that some rows are irrelevant. Select them with the header, right-click, delete, ding. We'd also realize raw data is never as good as insight. Select a column, right-click, insert. We can make room for calculations. But what we did just now is what rookies do. We are big birds. Shift space selects the entire row. Control space selects the entire column. How I remember it is Shift is always bigger than Control. Now to insert or delete, Control key is the magic. It's always Control with either plus or a minus. To delete the row, Control minus, ding. Now we can select the entire column and Control plus, a new column is there. Type in the equal sign, navigate to the cell to point to it. Now it's referenced by its coordinates. Column C, second row. Do a minus, column B, second row. Click Control Enter and something weird happens. It's not a number, it's a date. This is the first time we'll finally be using Toolbox. Home tab, look at the number pane. The result returned is displayed as a date. Click the drop-down menu, make it display as general. Now we can see the number of days. When we'd have to make the same calculation for every row, Ctrl C to copy the cell, hold the Shift key while moving across the cell. Then you'd have the entire range selected. Now Ctrl V, paste. Let's ignore what is returned for now. We'll notice when you paste the formula down, the references of the cells changed accordingly as well, row by row. That's the magic of Excel. When an error is returned, you can go up to the cell and see its prompt. They're super nice. They'll try to help you troubleshoot. Oops, I didn't type in the date correctly. Oops, the date doesn't make sense. At this point, we still don't know any Excel functions, but by highlighting a range of cells, we can see the summary statistics at the bottom of the UI. If you want more, you can add the min and max there. Directly clicking the bar will help you copy the number. The numbers are recalculated as you change the range of the cells. If the copy and pasting is too rigid and you want something dynamic, One way is to do the addition cell by cell. The other way is to go to the bottom of the range, use Alt =. Now formula is created. You're trying to sum the numbers from D2 to D5. Control Enter, the result is returned. Changing the function could give you a different number, such as the average. We could find the max of the day range. Once again, how do we not use mouse to select a long range? Let's revisit how we jump to the start of the range. Control Top, right? And to multi-select cell, we hold the Shift key. So if we do Control Shift Top, we select the entire range, and then we unselect the header cell. That's how you got the entire range. Now that we've tasted the most basic calculations, let's create a drop-down list. Go to the Data pane. In the Data tools, find Data Validation. We'll allow the cell to only choose from a list of values. Each value is to be separated by a comma. Click OK, then it's okay. If you try to type in something totally irrelevant, you'd get an error. To create the same drop-down list for the other rows, you could highlight the cells and redo the whole data validation thing. Another way is to copy the sample cell, select the target range, go to the Home tab, paste Special, and paste only the validation rules over. Finally, to add checkboxes, highlight the range of cells, go to Insert, Checkbox, Checked,